Hey, I noticed you mentioned that you have trouble understanding fast-spoken English. Is there anything specific you're struggling with?
Yes, I find it difficult to catch all the words when native speakers talk quickly. It feels like they're speaking a different language sometimes.
I understand how you feel. Many English learners face this challenge. One thing you can do is practice listening to English audio or watching movies with subtitles. This will help you get used to the speed and rhythm of spoken English.
That's a good suggestion. I've tried watching movies with subtitles, but I still struggle to keep up. Are there any other techniques I can try?
Absolutely. Another technique is to listen to podcasts or audio recordings of conversations between native speakers. Start with slower paced ones and gradually move on to faster ones as you improve. This will help train your ears to pick up different accents and speech patterns.
Do you have any recommendations for podcasts or audio recordings?
Sure. Some popular podcasts for English learners include English Class 101, TED Talks, and The English We Speak by the BBC. These podcasts cover a wide range of topics and have different levels of difficulty, so you can choose the ones that suit your needs.
I'll definitely check them out. Is there anything else I can do to improve my understanding of fast-spoken English?
Yes, there are a few more things you can try. One is shadowing, where you listen to a recording and try to repeat what you hear at the same speed and rhythm. This helps improve your pronunciation and listening skills simultaneously.
That's an interesting technique. I'll give it a try. Any other tips?
Another helpful tip is to practice active listening. This means focusing on the speaker's words, intonation, and body language. Try to understand the context and meaning behind what is being said rather than getting caught up in every single word.
I see. So it's not just about understanding every word, but also understanding the overall message. That makes sense.
Exactly. Remember, it takes time and practice to improve your listening skills. Be patient with yourself and keep exposing yourself to different forms of spoken English. With consistent effort, you'll gradually become more comfortable with fast-spoken English.
You know what? I've been practicing listening to podcasts and watching movies with subtitles, and I'm starting to notice some improvement. However, I still struggle when it comes to understanding native speakers in real-life conversations. Any tips for that?
Of course, real-life conversations can be challenging because they often involve informal language, slang, and fast-paced exchanges. One way to improve is by engaging in conversations with native speakers. You can join language exchange groups, find conversation partners online, or even participate in language exchange events in your area. This will give you the opportunity to practice listening and speaking in a more natural setting.
That is a good idea. I'll look into finding conversation partners. But what if I can't find any native speakers to practice with?
If finding native speakers is difficult, You can still simulate real-life conversations by listening to podcasts or watching videos of interviews, talk shows, or panel discussions. Pay attention to the interactions between speakers, their tone of voice, and the way they respond to each other. This will help you get a feel for how conversations flow and how native speakers express themselves.
That's clever. I'll give it a try. By the way, I sometimes get overwhelmed by the speed of conversations and end up feeling discouraged. Any advice on how to stay motivated?
It's completely normal to feel overwhelmed at times, but don't let it discourage you. Remember that learning a language is a journey, and progress takes time. Celebrate small victories along the way, like understanding a phrase or catching a few words in a fast conversation. Set realistic goals for yourself and track your progress. Also, try to make learning enjoyable by incorporating activities you love, such as watching movies or listening to music in English.
Thank you for your continued support. I have another question. Sometimes, even when I understand the words in fast-spoken English, I struggle to comprehend the meaning behind them. Any tips for improving my overall comprehension?
Absolutely. Understanding the meaning behind the words is crucial for effective communication. One technique you can try is called chunking. Instead of focusing on individual words, try to identify groups of words that commonly go together. These are called collocations or phrases. By recognizing these chunks, you'll be able to understand the overall meaning more easily.
That's interesting. Can you give me an example of how to use chunking?
Sure. Let's take the phrase, break the ice. Instead of trying to understand the individual words, focus on the phrase as a whole. Break the ice means to initiate or start a conversation in a friendly manner. By recognizing this chunk, you'll understand the meaning instantly, even if you haven't encountered it before.
Ah, I see. So, instead of translating each word separately, I should focus on understanding the phrases as a whole. That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Another technique you can use is context clues. Pay attention to the surrounding words, gestures, and facial expressions to help you understand the meaning. Context can provide valuable hints and make it easier to grasp the intended message.
Well, that's a great tip. I'll start paying more attention to the context when listening to fast-spoken English. Are there any other techniques I can try?
Yes, another technique is to expand your vocabulary. The more words you know, the easier it will be to understand different conversations. Try to learn new words and phrases every day and practice using them in sentences. This will help you build a strong foundation for understanding a wide range of topics.
That sounds like a good plan. I'll make sure to dedicate some time each day to expand my vocabulary. Thank you for all these helpful suggestions.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could provide some useful tips. Remember, improving your comprehension skills takes practice and patience. Keep exposing yourself to different forms of spoken English, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Learning a language is a continuous process, and every step you take brings you closer to your goal. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. Good luck on your language learning journey.
Thank you once again for your guidance and encouragement. I truly appreciate it. I'll keep working hard and I'm confident that I'll see progress.